Okay, I want to draw a bathroom from a floor plan. So, looking at this floor plan, I see that I have the entrance up here, closet in the little hallway sort of section there. There's a vanity table set up here. There's another door going off here. And then this is all tiled. The toilet sits here. This is a shower. Here we have the tub, and a couple of sinks. When this is done, it should look something like this in one point. This is looking from the front, from this corner here, standing here next to the toilet perhaps, looking straight towards these two sinks. I notice that this wall sort of overlaps that door and the vanishing point is right here. That tells me my station point. If I drop this down to the floor and bring it straight down, then I know the person is standing up right here with their eye level at this horizon line, right? So if I come back to my floor plan and I say my station point is just to the left of this wall, that's going to make it so I can see past here to see the little bit of the door. If I wanted to stand right here at the wall, then I'd be able to see all of that. But I think that this artist has tried to make a center point that's showing a little bit more of this mirror and this wall, because this stuff is obviously more important than this little hallway here. Okay? So with a clean sheet of paper, I'm going to put my horizon line this time probably about in the middle. I'm going to draw my, if I look at this drawing here, I realize that that's about in the middle, top to bottom. This feels to me, it's a little higher. Yeah, so this is probably an 8-foot ceiling. I also have here on my floor plan some specifications. It says here that it's 16 feet wide, 12 feet deep, and 8 feet high. So that means that this wall here, there's a little jog in it. We're going to fix that later. So we're going to make the wall from here to here 16 feet. "12 feet deep," that's this depth here. And then the 8-foot high. So this wall here is going to be 16 by 8. So I need that wall to be twice as wide as it is high. So I'm going to come right here in the middle of my page where I think the middle is going to be. I'm going to make a line. And I'm going to say, that's 8 feet. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to measure that from the end of my pencil. I'm going to pinch it at the end of the line. I'm going to go 8 feet out this direction and make a mark. I'm going to go 8 feet in the other direction and make a mark. Not sure about that right mark. I'm going to double check it. Yeah, it feels pretty good. That gives me a wall that is twice as wide as it is high. All right, so this is going to be 16 here if this is 0, and this is going to be 8 from here if this is 0. So to get my eye level, I'm going to go half of 8 is 4. Halfway between 4 and 8 is 6. Halfway between 4 and 6 is 5. That's my horizon line level. So I'm going to take that all the way to the right edge of the page and the left edge of the page, looking at the top of the page to make sure that my line stays horizontal, because I'm sketching in pen. I want to maybe slow down a little bit and make sure that my lines are going in the right direction. All right, so I've got my horizon line. I want to put my vanishing point about in the middle. Maybe I'm going to move it just a little bit to the right. I said that the middle of this room, notice how there's an X across here. And the middle of this room happens right here. That's actually the middle of the room and the center between the two sinks. The vanishing point that we saw in the drawing happens above this sink here. So it looks like it's just a little bit off the middle to the right. So I'm going to come over here a little bit and say that's going to be my vanishing point, which makes my station point right here. That's where I'm standing to look into this room to draw. I'm probably actually standing a little bit outside of that because I'm going to show the toilet and the shower, which means that I've sort of erased this wall and I've made this like a stage set as if this fourth wall were non-existent. All right, this center of the room I said is where my sinks lie. And my vanity, it says here, is 24 deep by 36 high. 36 high I know is 3 feet, so here I have a 4 foot on my ruler. I'm going to say halfway between that is 2, and halfway between that is 3. So now I've got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I'm going to need a 7 foot for the door, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in while I'm making a ruler over here. At 3 feet high, I'm going to bring over from this center line a line that represents the sink height. I'm going to have to figure out, I know that one sink goes to the right of this line and one sink goes to the left of the line. I've got to figure out some other things along here, right? I know that doors are about 3 feet wide. It's possible to have a 2.5 feet door on a bathroom. I don't know if that's what they've done. But let's say this is 16. I know this is half, so that's going to be 8 in here, right? From here to the center. I think a sink has to be about 3 feet wide, doesn't it? Like a sink, if you think about your body being about 2 feet wide, if we said this was 6 feet here, then this would be 3, and that'd leave us 5 feet of that 8 for the tub. I think that's going to be okay. So I'm going to say the tub is 5 feet. This sink is 3 feet, which makes this sink 3 feet. And then what have I got over here? Another 5 feet, right, to make up this 8. So this is going to be 5 feet all the way across here. And I know that door I want to be about 3. And about 2 for the closet. So it looks like I'm going to have to make that door 2.5. So I can have a few inches, 3 inches either side of that, just for the molding of the door. I want this closet to be 2 feet deep. Say that's 2, and this is going to be the rest of the 3 right there. Great. Now I can take this here and I can divide that the same way I did this here. I can set up my line, my ruler along the bottom. So this is going to be 4 feet into the room. This is going to be 4 feet from the other wall. I said this was going to come in at 5, so if I go here, 6, there's 5. We're just dividing in half and half and half. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 feet, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I said is where the wall comes out right there. Then my door, I want to go in about 3 inches, and I want to come the closet out 2 feet. 2. Wait a second, I haven't left enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's got to be to here 8. So 5 feet for the hallway. 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to come over to here. That leaves me 6, 7, 8 for the sink. Okay, so this sink is going to come to here. this sink is going to come to here. So now I've got 3 feet high and 3 feet wide on those countertops for the sink. This is where the wall is going to hit. I'm going to come out from the vanishing point to the top and the bottom of the wall, right, to see that wall come out in this direction. If I go to this point here, that's going to get me the corners of the room. But I'm actually going to change that because on my floor plan, I see this jogs back in here, right? So I'm measuring along this line here, that 5 feet. I've still got to jog back in a couple feet there, don't I? This wall comes almost out to the center of the room. This is the center of the room, this direction. I've got to figure that out now, coming this direction here. So I'm going to say this is 12 feet along here. I got to find 12 feet along here. I have 16 feet right there. If I take that and I pinch my pencil and I come in this direction out to 16, I can make a line where that hits to say this is going to be 16 feet out here. That would be where these two lines hit. It's going to be off my paper, so I'm guesstimating just a little bit. But pinching my pencil, swing it down to get that 16. This line's going to go from vanishing point through this 0, off that direction, and out of this corner, away from vanishing point, in that direction. So, where these two would meet, I'm not really certain, but I'm going to take my finger over here on the desk. Show you this. I'm going to come from here, I'm going to bring these two where I think they would meet, put my little fingernail there. Then I'm going to imagine a line from that point right there to this point right here. So I can create an X across the room, right? That's going to go hit the paper right about here. So now I've got a point I can put my pencil on, and I can put my eye right here and get a straight line from there to there. I'm going to do that on this side as well. So I imagine these two are going to hit like right about here. I'm going to aim that pencil up at that corner. Tells me I'm going to come in the paper right here somewhere. Pencil here, eye right there at the mark I made, so I can get a straight line. Alright, now I've made an X across the floor here. I know a couple of things. One, that center point right there is that center point right there. I also know if I take this straight across horizontally, that this is 8 feet out because this was 16. So see how much bigger this is out here than this back here. That means I'm vanishing as I, or diminishing as I go back into the space. All right? I don't actually need 16 feet, I just need to come out 12. So I'm going to draw from my vanishing point to this center of the room. Get that line through there. So now I've got sort of a British flag. I can check this line to the 8 to get a 4. And this line to the 8 to get a 12. So this is the furthest out anything is going to come in that room, because this is only 12 here to here. Take these horizontally across because I'm going to need them on the other end as well. I could X these off, and of course it should work. That gives me another point to aim for. Show them my sketching is not perfectly accurate, so I can change that, get it a little better. Don't want to mess with it too much because I want to be able to see. my lines in there. But now I can ask myself, how far out does this wall come from there? It doesn't come quite out. If this is 12 from here to here, is it 6 feet? No, it's more like 5. It's like about a foot short, I'm going to say. So is this like a 5 by 5 box? It looks like about a 5 by 6, but then this is also deeper back in there, right? So I'm going to come 5 feet from here out this way. So here's 4, here's 8. If I wanted to X across here, I could get 6. So I know 5 is between 6 and 4. I'm going to push it back towards the 4 just a little bit because in perspective things get smaller. So I'm going to say 5 is going to be right about there. That's as far out as I'm going to bring this wall. So I'm going to come from here, the foot, out to there. Then I'm going to go vertically. Then I'm going to make a little horizontal line so I can show the end of the wall. I'm going to go vertically again. There's my wall. Notice how that kind of ate up my mistake. That's great. This line here, this closet's going to come in 2 feet. So I can come from my vanishing point out into the room 2 feet. And then that closet lines up with that wall, doesn't it? So I'm going to take this right across here to the 5 and over there to that 2. This is where I'm going to see my closet hit the wall. This is where I'm going to see my closet in front. If the end of something is horizontal, the other end of it must be horizontal. So if this is hitting the wall right there, it's going to come across right there. That's the end of my closet. Then I'm going to come from this point back towards the vanishing point. So I'm starting to see this closet go back. Now my tendency is to end the closet right there, but I can't do that. That would say the closet ends right here. I want to go back further to carve out this little niche. I want to go back at least 2 feet in there. All right. This door actually says it's 2.5. If I take this 2.5 there and I swing it out, it says it's 2.5. I'm not going to be exact about it, but I'm going to bump this wall. I need to push it back towards the vanishing point so that this is not the end of the wall here. It's going to come back this direction a little ways, right? This is 4. So 2 is going to be there. It's got to be this much minus a little bit. So I'm just going to take it back about the same, and then I'm going to subtract a little and say it's going to be right about there. That's my new, that's this line here, where heretofore I've been working to this line here. So this line actually goes back up and inside of there, this way to connect to that wall. All right, now I know this line's going to come back, that closet's got to come back and hit this wall right there. And where that hits this, that's how high this would be. So notice that this floor back here and this ceiling here is a little bit lower than this ceiling in here. See how that dropped down a little bit there? That's because it's back farther in my floor plan. Now if I come back here and I bring this back up here, I'm working to find my door between this point and this point. So I'm going to come in just a little bit for a door jamb, come in just a little bit for a door jamb. Of course, I'm not going to see any of this, so I'm just going to draw the right side of it. I need to find 7 feet back there, though, right? So I got to do some walking around. So the spider crawls across the wall at 7 feet till it hits a corner. Then it changes direction to go down this hallway to this point. It's got to come back towards vanishing point. So 7 feet here, towards vanishing point to right here, and then horizontally across there, that's 7 feet over here. That's a bit tricky. If you want to come here and make a 7 foot, if this is 8 foot, you can bring the 7 foot to this side here, right? And then you're going to want to walk back towards vanishing point this direction. Looks like my door's a little high in those calculations. 7 feet here. Up the wall, down towards vanishing point. Yeah, it looks like... Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm only coming to here. Right, that's the end of this inside of that closet. So I'm inside the closet now, I'm coming here. This is my 17, I'm coming back to there. Then I'm going horizontal right there. And that tells me that door is okay. Phew. Had a moment of doubt there. I don't need to put too much detail in because I'm going to go in with a number 5 back there and get that going. This closet, if I want to put 2 doors on it like I see here, see how the doors meet up right here in the middle? To find the middle of any surface, I X across it. So I draw a line from this point to this point, and from this point to that point. Do it again to make it more accurate. And say the middle is going to be right there, straight up and down. So there's the center of my sliding doors at the end of my closet.